Wins.
If they attack like this, we could counter like that. That would require my team trying to do.
Wins, hey, I'm talking to you.
Oh, sorry. I'm just compiling some of my notes for that salmon run attack that's happening tomorrow, you know.
The big run.
Yeah, that one. Whilst I don't have much, I think some of these tips might be helpful for some new Grisco employees, even though this is a large-scale attack. Anyway, I suppose it's not like Ted B gives you much help anyway.
It's Gris.
Anyway, we'll need to tame the situation fast. I'm hoping that it all goes well, though.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't end the same way as you trying to stop little buddy from drinking so much soft drink.
What? Huh? Little buddy, no! You're not supposed to drink that! Just a quick heads up, I won't be going over the extra waves like Mothership, Mudmouth, and all that, unless it's something about a certain salmonid, like with Rush. I also won't be going in depth about time management, that's something you'll need to learn on your own. Although a quick tip to start you off, try luring the bosses closer to the egg basket, then splatting them. This will save a lot of time, trust me. And last thing, no I can't help you with NSO. It's just how Nintendo Switch Online is, and we unfortunately just have to deal with it. No! Come on! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! One thing all these salmonids have in common is that they don't drop golden eggs. Whilst you might think because of this, they're completely useless and it's best to ignore them, you're quite wrong. Many experienced salmon run players will tell you how many times they've embarrassingly been splattered by a small fry. Trust me, it happens more common than what you think. This is quite a large salmonid that throws splashdown-sized explosions, even though splashdown's only in the story mode now. Due to the steelhead's size, it's best to leave this boss for the players with the weapons that are capable of taking on this boss. You know, via their range to hit the bomb on top, or via piercing damage, say from a Grisco Slusher or Splatana. Yeah, if you have a Splushamatic, do not take on this boss. That's not a smart idea. This masked boss isn't really much of a threat as most players would think, as long as it's dealt with early and there's only one of them on the map at a time. Due to the steel eel's size, you do not want to get stuck in small places with it, nor do you want the steel eel to wrap around itself, as you won't be able to attack its driver then. As you might have been able to see, the steel eel is covered in splash walls, blocking attacks from both sides. If in its range, it's best for the frontline weapons to take on this boss. It should also be noted that the Grisco Slusher can shoot through the steel eel's splash walls. Think of this boss like Brella defenses working properly. Yeah, I am so sorry, Brella players. I did not mean to make that sound really bad for you guys. There are 3 ways of taking down a scrapper. 2 of them you'll probably see in a game-to-game basis, with the other one depending heavily on what weapons you're given. To defeat a scrapper, you'll need to shoot it from its front. After doing so, the scrapper will try and block the damage from you. With this, you can either A, keep shooting it to break the scrapper's machine, then attack it from the back, or B, shoot it from the front so it targets you, and hope, really hope, that a teammate splats it from behind. The other way, as you might be able to guess, is using a weapon to pierce through its shields, normally only done by the Grisco Slusher and the Grisco Splatana, as you might have been able to guess. Don't let this one live. The longer it lives, the harder it will be to move around. Take this one out ASAP with either a fast shooter or blasters. You have been warned. Bombs are your best way to take this boss out, although I have seen a Moor's been taken out by trying to eat a crab tank. Guess it's allergic to crab then? To save time in each wave, lure this boss near the egg basket and then splat it. This saves a lot of time whilst transporting golden eggs. Also, another note about the Moors, it'll lock onto the player closest to it after attacking. Use this to your advantage to know where the Moors will go afterwards, or even change the direction that the Moors will go after an attack. Another OP salmonid, Brella user. Sheesh, there's a lot of them. This boss is really not a threat, as long as its torpedoes are shot down. If these torpedoes do fire though, be prepared for the incoming Inkstorm. That can really slow down the game, both in frames and the playstyle. It should also be noted that the Drizzler can be shot out of the sky if your weapon has long enough range. splat ASAP. If left alive, this could cost your team the win. No, I'm not joking. I do mean this. To splat it, you'll either need to throw a bomb in each of its tenter missile launchers, or use the special like Crab Tank, Inkjet, Triple Ink Strike, or Killer Whale 5.1 to either destroy the launchers or do piercing damage to the small fry inside. It should also be noted that the Explosure can destroy the fly fish's tenter missiles launchers without the use of a bomb, making this boss top priority for players with the Explosure. I'm sorry, this one's just too funny. Just climb up it and splat all the flying small fries. Don't stay up there for too long though, as the lesser salmonids can jump up to the top and splat you. Paint its small splash zone as soon as you can. Not only will it remove its armor, but it'll also give your team some more space to move around. It should also be noted that the flipper flopper can be splattered in the air before landing in its ink, but this does require a high amount of damage to be dealt to it. You should also make note that if you don't splat the flipper flopper after its armor breaks, it will not regenerate it again, making it much easier to splat in the air the next time round. Unlike all the other bosses, if this one's out of the way, it might just be best for you to leave it alive for most of the round. This boss could really help out your team, as it one-shots most of the other bosses just through piercing damage alone. So does that make this boss a frenemy? I don't know much about the meme people keep on going on about, but I do know stuff about this boss. Whilst its cannon is good for getting the golden eggs close enough to the basket, don't rely on this actually working, especially if no one's near the egg basket. You also shouldn't hang around the big shot's cannon for too long due to the cannon being placed pretty close to the water's edge, though it's quite easy to be caught off guard by both lesser and boss salmonids. Also, try and take out the big shot ASAP. If too many of them spawn, it's just going to be a harder version of that one level from story mode. This is one of the king salmonids. Wait, hold on, one of? To take out this boss, your best bet is to fire the golden eggs at them. But it might also be helpful to fire some of these golden eggs at the other boss salmonids that are constantly spawning whilst you're trying to defeat Chozilla. With using your egg launcher, it only takes about one golden egg to splat most of them. And sometimes it's best to sacrifice one of these golden eggs in order to get 3 of them, you know? Doing this will also speed up the rate that you can fire golden eggs at Chozilla, leading to a somewhat easier victory against this king salmonid. Okay, that's all the information I really have. It's not much, but I hope it will help out some players for the upcoming Big Rush.
Well, I'm sure some people will find this info worth it, but in the end, it also comes down to the player's skill and time management, something that you can't really help with.
Yeah, I guess so, Adrenaline. Oh, and hopefully I'll see all of you for the upcoming Big Run live stream soon. See you in a bit!